It's the Dap It Up podcast. It's D here with my fellow host, Mr. Wrap It Up.
We so whack, man. But what's good? It's Gunnm.
And the keeper of the garden.
That would be me, Beet.
This is my favorite podcast on the internet because today we'll cover some of the latest, greatest news in gaming, like the Nintendo Direct that just punched us in the back of the heads this morning, and some of our favorite games of this year. But you know the drill. Gunnm, what's up with you?
Well, not too much. Haven't been playing too many games, actually, this week. I've been kind of just chilling since I kind of steamrolled through the rest of the trail, so I've been just taking a break. But over this weekend, I'm going to start getting heavy into Starfield and Sea of Stars. So there's that.
Isn't there a third game with Star in it that just came out?
I don't know.
I might be tripping.
I don't think
I don't think so. But other than that, I've been watching this very interesting extraterrestrial news that came out of Mexico. I don't know if you guys been keeping up with that. Some interesting stuff.
Now, apparently, according to people who actually are from Mexico, that guy has been at that for years at this point. Like, it's only new to us.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I've heard. I don't know.
I've heard that as well. I think that it's dubious. I feel like everybody's trying to get on the alien hype.
Recently, for sure.
I don't know, because it was a congressional hearing.
That doesn't mean anything. You could have a congressional hearing about anything.
I just thought it was interesting. So there's that. It really hasn't been too much. Looking forward to the state of play later today. So yeah, that's about it.
What time is that?
What is it? About 5? I think Pacific. So that'd be like 8 for us.
We should have recorded tonight or something. But at least we'll have something to talk about next time. What's going on with you, Beet?
Not a lot. Just regular, ordinary, average, everyday work week. That's about it.
All right. I'm just chilling. Trying to grow the podcast. Trying to get some more content out there for everybody, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Making a little bit of I'll say I'm planning a bit of a marketing push, but enough of the behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
I'm good, bro. Just enjoying life. I feel it's not dread, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was dread when I went to school, but I feel that kind of back to school vibe right now that always precedes Halloween.
Yeah.
And then it's a straight shot to Christmas. And your life just flashes before your eyes and you have gray hairs, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm still on. I don't know if I talked too much about my gaming vibe recently. But before talking the specifics about the things I've been playing, I just want to say my gaming style has shifted pretty heavily recently. And I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. I've been more relaxed because we started the podcast in March, April?
Yeah, something like that.
Like a while back. Earlier this year. And I've been feeling like I need to play this game in this amount of time to have this much to say for the podcast. But now that most of the high profile releases are out of the way, I mean, we got Spider-Man, we got
Phantom Liberty.
Technically, we got Call of Duty. But I'm saying like the just top billing releases for the rest of the year. Those are pretty much done. So now I'm just playing whatever, whenever. And normally I'm not much of a ADHD gamer where I'm like here. Sometimes I wish I could be but usually I'm like Gunnm over there. I'm like, this is what I'm playing right now, and I'll just play that game for weeks until I beat it. But yeah, man, I don't know. I don't think this is a permanent change, and it is slightly relaxing, but it also makes me feel like I have an insurmountable backlog because I'll play 2 hours of Tekken, 1 hour of Trails or something, and then I'll play 5 hours of Starfield over a weekend, not even on the same day. But hey, we'll talk more about that later on when we cover our favorite games of the year. Before then, coming this week, y'all know the drill. If you guess the fake game, you get a point towards the bonus round. So, if I remember correctly, you guys tied because neither of you guessed it right?
Yeah. Correct.
Okay, so whoever wins this time gets to choose the game.
Oh, gosh.
Do you both have one in mind? No, you said if you won, it'd be Persona 3, right?
Yes.
Do you regret saying that?
No.
Okay. You had to think about it. Hey, speaking of regret, before we get to coming this week, I want to publicly give you an out, my friend. My friend, my dear sweet friend.
Oh God.
My dear sweet bald friend. Last week, we agreed that you couldn't play a Call of Duty game. Yes. You could play a new World of Warcraft expansion. Correct. Nothing new Activision related for 2 years.
Yes.
But then I got to thinking. You were so fervent in your belief that that'd be easy. Especially when initially you said you never would again. I'm like, I think 2 years is light work. Yeah. So, to me, if you really wanted to get the point across, maybe we should increase that to, I don't know, like the end of the generation? Like maybe 5 years, something like that.
I feel like this is the opposite of an out. I feel like
it is an out because it gives you a chance to say, nah, never mind.
Oh, man, end of a generation.
Yeah, well, see, at first you said forever, bro.
I mean, yeah, I did say that.
I'm just saying, it don't. The thing is, you don't have to prove a point to us.
Yeah.
We know you.
Oh, I know.
I'm just saying the thought that, see, if you told me, it doesn't matter what Activision did, right? If I want to play Call of Duty, I'm going to play Call of Duty. Like, I'm not worried about the public reception of the company.
In my luck, this will be the best Call of Duty game that has ever been released.
That's all I'm saying.
It could be, but they're not getting any more of my money. I'm sticking to my 2 years, though.
See, I don't even care about that argument. I just don't want you to miss out because you were stubborn. No, like, I don't want you to be sitting there like, oh, man. And then sneak and play a little Call of Duty. No. Turn everything offline, delete your history so we don't know you did it.
No, I'm not going to be ghost playing. Like, no, they're not getting...
2 years?
In 2 years, they're not getting any of my money.
Here's what you know. After these 2 years are up, you know you couldn't go forever. And you know you took the easy way out.
I imagine
by end of generation, I would...
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 5 will be out. It'll probably be the best one. It'll be fine.
Okay, 2 years?
All right. 2 years,
yeah.
2 years. That's light work.
Light work.
That is light.
Work.
End of the generation might be a 3. Like, it's not going to be that much more.
I don't know about that. I think this generation is going to be long.
Yeah, and I'm just illustrating that it's probably not worth it because these are games you know you're probably going to play. That's all I'm getting at.
I can't think of anything that they're releasing that I'm going to play right now.
That you know of.
If it hasn't been announced yet, I've got 2 years anyway.
See, that's why he wants to do 2 years, because he thinks it's safe.
It's incredibly safe. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Man, you said some
swear.
forever and
Wow.
You know what? You know
We
what? You
almost
know
gave
what?
him
You know
1
what?
year.
You know what? I'm gonna double down. You know what? I'll say end of the generation. No Activision games.
All right. You heard it here
So
first.
when the
folks.
PS6 comes out, that's when I can play another Activision game.
You heard it here first.
That means no new expansions.
No new expansions.
Here's what you haven't considered. Beet's Garden.
Yeah. I don't
You just
have
gonna
any.
leave Diablo out of that?
I'd have to leave the Diablo expansions out.
Ah, see, this man. We gonna talk more about this.
But they're doing a yearly expansion. It's abusive monetization. I wouldn't want to cover that game after the first expansion comes out anyway. I'm gonna be playing Path of Exile 2, and that's what's probably gonna take the place of Diablo 4.
Oh man.
All right. These stipulations will continue to evolve in the coming weeks, I'm sure.
I was just like, hey, you can't even look at them. Don't even look at the game.
Right. Don't even smell it.
Don't look at the trailers.
Coming this week.
Nothing.
Guess the fake game.
Oh,
September 11th. We got Hama, a detective noir story. The Crypt Remastered. Those are the only two. Okay. On September 12th, we have Eternites, The Isle Tide Hotel, and Nour, spelled Nour. September 13th, we got Heretics Fork, Super Bomberman R, Ad Infinitum, Axolotl, okay, like the animal. Construction Simulator, Sane E-Pack DLC, The Crew Motorfest, Deceit 2, this is a lot, Heavy Duty Challenge, and Sugar Shack. And lastly, tomorrow, September 15th, we have Baby Shark, Sing and Swim Party, Baten Kaido's 1 and 2 HD remaster on Switch.
Well, that's real.
And GOTY, Byteland Overclocked.
Can I get? Oh my god, there's so many this week.
Yeah,
can I get day 2 again, please?
Day 2, you mean? Oh, okay, day 2. Eternites, The Isle Tide Hotel. Oh, PC, PS5, PS4.
Is that
and then the second one is second one is everything. And then we got Nour, PC, PS5, PS4.
I'm gonna pick The Isle something hotel.
When I say everything, by the way, I mean like current gen, last gen.
Got it.
And Switch. Yeah.
Got it. I'm gonna say, oh, that could be like an indie game. I just know we've been playing a lot of The Isle, so I'm really tempted to pick that one.
Eyes front, soldier. If you look at your screen like, what comes out this week?
This YouTube video of why they're nerfing jungle has given me so much information. Nour, you said?
Mm-hmm. That's like hour with an N.
Nour. Bro, it
might be a game.
It might be. I'm gonna say no though. Like, I don't know. It's so hard. Developers name their games as these whack random shit. Especially indie developers name their game like super random whack shit all the time. Yeah. It just doesn't sound real. Sounds like something you'd see in like on a set somewhere, where it's like a pretend video game.
Is that Animal Crossing?
It is.
Oh, I was like, wait a second, that's familiar looking.
Yeah, my girlfriend's playing Animal Crossing.
So you guess Nour.
I guess so, yeah. I'll go for Nour.
What was the name of that last
one? Last one?
Yeah.
For day 2 or in general?
In general.
The one after Bot and Kaidos is GOTY, Byte Land Overclocked. BOTI, Byte Land Overclocked.
That sounds dumb
We need
enough.
some Jeopardy music.
That sounds dumb enough to be fake. I'm gonna go with that one.
I think you were
Okay.
right.
You both got it wrong.
Damn.
It was the second one at the very top, the Crypt Remastered.
The Crypt Remastered? Bro, I swear there's a game named The Crypt, dog.
So.
Remastered threw you off, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
I knew it would. So many remasters coming out.
There's a game called Crypt, but not The Crypt.
Exactly. I did my research. My fake research.
Tricky.
All right. Well, hey, you still both got a chance to win. So, time for an update. All we really got on the docket today is the Nintendo Direct. So, Gunnm, I'm gonna let you take the lead on this one.
Well, okay. Well,
let me preface this by saying, y'all, we need to give Beet a hand, a microphone-friendly hand, for joining this podcast, just knowing we're going to talk mostly Nintendo stuff. He could have sat this one out if he wanted to.
But
okay. Well played, sir. Well played. He was like, I'm not entertaining this. But okay.
All right. So I don't know. Do you want to do a letter grade like now or after all the announcements?
We can do an overall now. Just summarize it, and then we'll go point to point.
All right. So if I were to give this one a letter grade, so the funny thing about Nintendo Directs is that, there's always a saying I say when it comes to them, different strokes for different folks. Mm-hmm. And this was definitely one of those Directs. It's definitely one that's not for everybody. Like, there were definitely things in there that for sure would have piqued the interest of, for sure, diehard Nintendo fans, but not like, the more like casual ones or people that are like on the fringe, like kind of like us for the most part. But if I were to give it a letter grade, I'd say like a C minus. It was a lot of just repeat announcements, like honestly from the last one. And I mean, I guess you could say like updates and dates for stuff. So it was basically a lot of mostly updates, with their big closer being well, I guess we could talk about it later. Their big closer not being what most people expected, but definitely
or anyone.
Yeah, I wouldn't have expected that one, but it definitely resonates with a certain crowd. So, there was definitely stuff for different kinds of Nintendo fans, but definitely not for people that are kind of, like I said, like more casual like us. We'll play a game here and there. That's Nintendo. Like, we're not buying, like, in line trying to get every Mario game or something.
Right. It's interesting because I'd give it like a B minus. Because when I looked at all of the announcements, because I joined maybe, I don't know, almost halfway through the broadcast. And when they pulled everything together at the end, like, this is what you can expect through the rest of this year and on. I'm like, wow, most of this I would actually play. Most of it. You know, there were some things I'm like, I don't care. Like Splatoon, I don't care about.
Yeah.
You know, they had that F-Zero game. Like you said, we'll address things point to point specifically. But overall, I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, there was something for everybody. At least I'd say the gamut of Nintendo fans. And like you said, we aren't the most hardcore Nintendo fans, myself even less so than you. But I didn't see anything that I was like, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, they tactical games, they had JRPGs, they had Mario of all things. Still not Yo, I'm more looking forward to Princess Peach than Mario Wonder. What's up with that?
Honestly, I'd play that over that any day. I mean,
I ain't lying.
you know, there's a lot of 2D games like ever since New Super Mario Bros. Came out, like they kind of just 2D Mario us out. Like nobody really.
New Super Mario World or Bros, New Super Mario Bros 2. Wasn't New Super Mario World 1?
Yeah.
Now that I say that.
I think so. I wouldn't be surprised. Like they, honestly, they could have waited another 5 years before they made another one.
Yeah,
I'm not
who
gonna
knows? Lie. Yeah, but yeah, I give it like a B-, bro. I think it's definitely possible. I know people who, if they sat through this, they wouldn't have saw anything they cared about, for sure. But there was enough there that I'm like, yeah, I mean, I have a reason to have a Switch, but I'm waiting to have a reason to have a Switch too. Yep.
Yeah.
I'll give Nintendo a chance when the Switch 2 comes out.
So
I get that's fair.
So hopefully they'll reveal that. I'm starting to think they're probably going to reveal that probably around December. It's possible it might be March, but we'll see. I feel like
this shouldn't take. Oh, what's that?
I feel like it's very possible they might release this thing before the end of their fiscal year in March. So we'll see.
Oh, what, Switch 2? That's kind of
it's possible.
Yeah.
They did the same thing.
That
with
is
the
6 months.
Yeah,
it's half a year. So
plus they give them time to kind of work out the logistics of getting as many out as possible by the holiday season. So
yeah,
it wouldn't be a bad idea to release it more so in March.
I mean, what competition are they gonna have? So
yeah. So
yeah, well, not entirely off the table. This shouldn't take as long as our Gamescom impressions because only 2 of us watched it. Only 2 of us are very invested. So let's just go one at a time. Quick couple sentences, unless something really stands out to us.
Okay, because my notes are kind of rough. There was a I recall a rhythm game. I forget the name of it.
It's Trombone Hero.
Not that
there you
one.
go. See, yes, that's what you're here for. Keep us on track.
It wasn't that one, but I do recall that one. That was a goofy one. That was a goofy one. I was like, I can see that being like a fun one at parties.
Yeah.
But would I get it? No.
You don't be throwing no parties anyway.
You ain't gonna catch me with no Trombone Hero.
I don't know. It seems like something you play between games out of boredom.
Maybe.
Yes, just try
I've played worse.
Okay, so
yeah. I mean, we all have.
Okay, that wasn't the rhythm game I was thinking of, but it was by Konami that had online play. It's 4-player co-op. I forget the name of it, but it was a game that had it's basically like a rhythm game with a bunch of Konami music. So I don't know.
I phased out of rhythm games.
Nah, it'd have to be really it'd have to be a really like just innovative one for me to get into it. But I don't mind rhythm games.
Yeah,
my daughter loves them. She's really good at them too.
Okay, I didn't catch the full name of this racing game, but Horizon 2? It seemed like an arcade racer. So that's
sequel to Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh, Horizon Chase 2.
Horizon Chase 2.
Chase
there
2.
We go.
Okay.
So, in the racing game. So, there's that.
That's why people play the Switch, is racing games that aren't Mario Kart.
Hey, there was that one racing game that came out that people were really like. I forget the name.
It is wild that there were 3 racing games shown in this.
Oh yeah, one of them.
That's unusual.
One of them, you want to just go into that Nets one, the big one. That racing game, that F-Zero 99.
See, you know what bothered me about this one?
What?
I am intrigued. I'm intrigued. But I thought they were setting it up. I thought they were gonna say, you remember the original F-Zero, and then it was gonna do a graphical shift, and then you just see Captain Falcon do a front flip and land in his vehicle and take off. Yeah. But no, the graphics never changed. I was like, oh, this is what this is. Okay, you mean to tell me? Okay, what is it? Is it just a port? Is it the same game that's already available on Switch Online? Because I didn't catch the details.
So basically, it is a battle royale racing game.
Oh, so that's
like Mario 99, like Pac-Man 99, Tetris 99, like that stuff. Yeah. So it's basically in the same vein as those games. So you're racing against 99 other players.
Right.
And basically, the luckiest guy wins. That's how it is. But it looks like this one looks fun though. This one looks fun. I'll definitely play it. At least
it sounds like a good time killer.
It looks amazing.
I'm willing to try it. Yeah,
I'd try it. I mean, what does it cost you?
All right.
NSO subscription.
No, boy, I already have one of those.
Yeah.
Well, they use straight there.
Why not?
It comes out. I believe they said it comes out later today. So. So yeah, that'll be
maybe we'll have impressions next week.
I'm really glad to see a game that pushes the Switch's hardware to its limit.
Moving on. Low key, bro. I was like, I really.
They're the jobs.
You can't make this up though. I literally thought they were gonna pull a
or at least show another F-Zero game.
Nah, no shift. That's all the Switch can do, bro. 99 things, they gotta be 2D.
Well, here's what's funny about it, because I was preparing my notes for the podcast and I tabbed over. And then I came back expecting it to just be, just pushing the Switch's graphics. And I was like, oh, wait,
But it did.
But it's just F-Zero? That's why I missed the 99 part. But
bro, I never realized that it was called the Blue Falcon. And that is an unfortunate name for that vehicle.
The Blue Falcon. Low key. All right, I guess we'll try that one. What's next?
And next in my notes is Super Mario RPG, which, we already know is coming out in, what is it? December? Pretty sure it was December.
November.
Yep. That's coming out. So looking forward to that.
It's a buy for me. Yep.
I mean, it's a buy for me too, for sure. So looking forward to that one. So I don't know if you guys are familiar, because this is a DS title. If you guys are familiar with Trace Memory, that was that was a game I was following in Nintendo Power for a while because I thought I was gonna get it, but never did. So that one has a sequel. I don't know. Was it on the GameCube? It seems like they.
Can we take a second to appreciate how expansive the DS's library was?
Yes.
Bro.
The greatest handheld.
Yeah.
That was peak Nintendo ingenuity right there. Like the
3DS
DS, bro. When I think back of some of those games, like what was it? Was it Trauma Center?
Trauma Center.
Trauma Center.
Yeah.
Phoenix, right?
Nintendo.
Elite Beat Agents, Nintendo.
Mhm.
It's like every game that came out on the DS, you were just like, oh, I wonder what they're gonna do with that touch.
WarioWare.
That's what they need to bring back. Elite
Right.
Beat.
Elite Beat. That was great, bro. They probably like, we ain't trying to pay for that.
Nah, they pay for nothing.
But yeah, so I think this sequel, like it only released in Japan. I think it came out on the GameCube and never released over here. So it's finally coming out over here. And it's coming out in January. I like how that's the only one I have a date for on this whole list. So it's coming out January 19th next year. But yeah, so that's an interesting one. If you're into like mystery, like detective stuff, like it's like games like that. Kind of like what's that one game that came out from Capcom recently? I can't think. Kind of similar to that.
I know the one.
So kind of similar to that.
Dang. Yeah, I know.
So yeah, it's an interesting title. So that's one of my lists. That Tomb Raider collection, Tomb Raider 1 through 3. I was not able to play those as a child because I was too young. I couldn't even play.
So these are the original Tomb Raiders.
Tomb Raiders.
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
The original first 3.
Those games play like ass. Just straight up and down, dog. It does not hold up even a little.
So I was having this conversation. I don't remember with who, but very recently, I was talking about old games. It could have been y'all. It could have been somebody else. We were just in Discord. And I was talking about the N64 and how that to me is the single roughest era of video games that I have ever touched. But maybe this is a fault of mine. Maybe it's my own like weird handicap. But being a video game historian or, someone who appreciates video games as an art form, if you tell me when the game was from, I can go back minus any nostalgia and just play it like I'm in that era. Like I can play some of the old, I could play Contra, I could play Ocarina of Time, but Nintendo 64 games and pre-analog PlayStation games, 3D.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Yo, like only being able to move in 8 directions. It's like, and the cameras,
oh god,
especially on the N64, it's rough.
Lord, yeah.
So if you don't, if they update that stuff, it's all good. Which is kind of the point of remastering those games, those old 3D platformers. At least fix the camera. At the very least, at that point, you're treating yourself to a little piece of history. You see the roots, and you get to decide for yourself whether you like new Lara or old Lara.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna play it, I take it.
Hell no.
Is it only on Switch? I assume not.
It's probably coming out on other consoles, but they got the announcement.
I like Tomb Raider. I'll get it.
All right, so that's done the last Detective Pikachu. So next.
Detective Pikachu : so next.
So next.
Yeah, I didn't play the first one. I seen it.
Yeah, I never played it.
And watched the movie.
I saw the movie.
Right. It's just not for me.
No.
I love Pokemon, but the spinoffs I give a wide berth.
People seem to love Mystery Dungeon.
Usually. Because I've played a number of spinoffs, and I'd say the only two I really liked were Snap and Mystery Dungeon.
I remember I bought my girlfriend the new Pokemon Snap. She played it for 5 minutes.
5 minutes?
Like ever.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's
I wish I could go back in time and get my money back.
You can still play it. You have it. It's an esoteric game for sure, but you know. It's like a Pokemon FPS with no violence. So next.
Let's see. This free-to-play isometric arena fighter. That's my description for this. Battle Crush.
Battle Crush.
Battle Crush.
Yeah, I couldn't care less.
Yeah, same.
Let's see. War Tales, which to me looked like a tactical RPG, kind of ish. It looked interesting, but not for me.
It didn't. Again, this is what I'm saying. I would try it. I'd play it, but it didn't look distinguishable to me.
Yeah.
I was like, what about this game sets it apart?
Yeah.
I said the same thing about Trails, though. And look what happened.
I tend to look at a battle system for a game for like 5 seconds, and I'm like, "Ooh, that looks interesting." That's what I did with Trails, and then look at me now.
You know what else I did that with?
What?
I did that with Digimon Survive.
Oh gosh.
Let's keep going.
Digimon Survive.
Bring it back.
So I sold that game. I'm starting to think I shouldn't have.
Really?
I feel like in a few years that game is going. Bro,
it might.
Not once. Never. This has never happened to me in my life. I had a physical copy of Digimon Survive for the PS4. Mm-hmm. I sold it at one of our local retro shops. The guy behind the counter, who is well versed in video games, bro, he's always up to date. We had a whole conversation about Last of Us Part 2. Bro, he was like, what is this game? He literally asked me, he was like, I can't even find this game in the system. I was like, Cat, like for real? Like, did I just imagine this game? Like,
like it's a fever dream,
right? But he literally didn't know what I was talking about. So I have a feeling I should have just kept it, because in about 5 years, people are gonna be like, I need it.
Yeah,
and you can just download it. It's on the eShop.
You could download a lot of games that people want physically.
True.
Yeah.
You'll never be able to replace physical media. It might not be like the go-to for the mass market, but you will never replace it. And that's why I still collect games. I mean, that junk is inflated like a mug, but they'll never be out of demand.
So this next one, it hurt to look at. This Contra Operation Gulag. I think that was what it was called.
Why it hurt to look at?
It looked terrible to me.
It looked like Contra to me.
Visually, it looked terrible.
It looked like a bullet hell.
Contra is a beautiful sprite-based looking game. That looked like some I don't know what the fuck. That looked like some AI generated bullshit.
I need to see it again, because when I was looking at it, I was like, oh, that looks right.
Graphically, it looked terrible to me.
Yeah.
It looked like some bullshit.
Honestly, I just glazed over. I was like, oh, okay, Contra.
Like, I would at least be interested if it's Contra, but the way it looked, it just looked rough. It just looked rough. Like, no. So the next one, was really interesting. So this Unicorn Overlord.
Dude, I don't know what I expected.
I didn't
but
know
when
what
they
to
said
expect.
the title,
yeah,
bro, I was like, this is the fakest sounding TV sitcom title for a video game ever.
Unicorn Overlord. If you had slipped
Unicorn Overlord. I'm like,
you,
that sounds like something somebody's son was playing on a Fox 66 show.
if you had slipped that in titles out this week, I would have probably picked it.
Hey, real talk though. Unicorn Overlord.
Unicorn Overlord, but that is a Atlas game, while being published by Atlas, that's developed by Vanillaware. So, as many of you, or some of you may not know, Vanillaware made that 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. So this is definitely a game to pay attention to, because this might be a really good one.
Pick 2 nouns. And that's our title. Pick 2 nouns.
Well, you had Battle Crush.
They just put it in a random word generator. There's our title.
Like, there's not a single unicorn to be found, but this is what we're calling it. Nor an overlord. But there you go.
Gosh, Unicorn Overlord.
It looks interesting.
It does.
The
look
title
interesting.
just stood out to me. Yeah.
If it's an Atlas game, you can't write it off. So
exactly.
You might want to keep an eye out on that one when it releases, at least for review scores.
Mm-hmm.
So next one, Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. I couldn't care less, but maybe you think differently.
I like Luigi's Mansion. I never played Luigi's Mansion 2. It's again, it's another case of a serviceable game that I'd give a shot, but I wouldn't prioritize over anything else.
Yeah.
All right. That
thing would rot in my backlog forever.
Yeah.
Same, probably.
Same. So next one. So this is more my speed. WarioWare Move It.
I knew it. When I saw this, I was like, Gunnm.
Yeah.
Gunnm probably nodding his head right now.
I love the hell out of WarioWare.
That's good. Who doesn't love WarioWare?
Me.
Oh.
I don't hate it. I just never cared about it, you know, because see, when Wario Land Shake It, when that came out, and even before that, what was it called? Was it Wario World for the GameCube?
There was a Wario World that came out on the Wii.
I'm thinking about the GameCube version with the funny pause music, like the stupid meme pause music.
That I don't remember.
Well, he used to it was more of a brawler than any Mario game I've ever played, right? And I was more interested in those, funny we bring up Luigi's Mansion, those alternatives to Mario within the Mario universe.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's part of why I liked, even though this is a baby game, Yoshi's Story so much when I was a kid, because I'm like, okay, this is Mario with a twist. And I felt like there was always so much potential for Wario in that way. And I'm actually having a memory, apropos of the Wario talk. There's a game I think I have to this day, but I'd have to find it, that neither of you probably know ever existed. But there was this Bomberman game. It was like Bomberman meets Wario. And you could play as either Bomberman or Wario. And it was just like a versus Bomberman battle game.
Huh.
Or was it Jesus Christ, bro? I think it was a platformer with a versus mode or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's the most random game that I never would have remembered. But anyway, yeah.
So that's like every Bomberman game ever made.
Yeah. I love the old Bombermans. Apparently Super Bomberman is good.
Oh, you know what? This isn't even on my list. I just remembered that. I'm surprised I didn't put it down. This Eiyuden Chronicle game. I forget the full title.
I've been waiting on that game for a while, dude.
It looks good.
That's not new, though. Every time we talk about anticipated games, I bring that up.
You didn't Chronicle?
Yeah, I mentioned it several times on the podcast.
You did.
Yeah. Because they have that spinoff that's more of a beat 'em up-esque. But I knew that game was getting delayed. I'm like, it's September, dude.
So let's see. We got I don't even remember this one. Wargroove 2.
What?
I didn't even catch that one.
Tactical turn-based RPG. That's what my
no. Yeah. That's the one.
Oh,
so when they showed that,
yeah, I remember.
When they showed actually that and Eiyuden Chronicle, people in the chat on YouTube, bro, they were like, "It's not Fire Emblem. Why don't you just show us Fire Emblem?" I'm like, "Dang, y'all, take a break. The last Fire Emblem wasn't even good."
Damn.
I'm like, calm down.
It's true.
Facts.
It's true.
Bro, I feel like
this is the king of Fire Emblem.
Nintendo fans, bro, if it ain't Fire Emblem, they don't care about it.
And see, I can't wait to play Eiyuden.
I mean, it's been around a long time. People don't give Eiyuden Chronicle its due.
Let's see. Yeah, why is this at the bottom of my notes? So, Princess Peach Showtime. There was that. Yeah, that's how I felt too. Just yep.
But see, though, like when I looked at it, at least it's more engaging than Super Mario Wonder. The pieheads would disagree, but bro, Super Mario, I could not care less.
I could not care less.
About that game, dude.
The
closer we get to it, the more. When does it come out? Did it come out already?
What, Wonder?
Yeah.
No, it comes out in October with everything else.
Right. The closer we get, I'm like, I'll pass. Nah.
There's already enough in October. Yeah, I don't blame anyone for passing on it. It's another 2D Mario year. Actually, funny enough that we're talking about Wonder, somebody was like streaming like demo clips of the shit last night. I thought somebody was playing it at first. I was like, what the fuck? Like on TikTok Live, and it was just like a bunch of demo clips. But it was it looks like basic 2D Mario to me. I mean, sorry if that offends you, but it just...
To the game's credit, this might sound weird, talking about a Mario game. It looks like the most accessible Mario game to date. And also, say this was your kid's first Mario game, there's so many new elements, like gameplay features, abilities, power-ups, and new creatures, new enemies being introduced, that as someone's first Mario, this is a world apart from Super Mario World or Super Mario Bros. 2 or 3 or something like that. So at least they're doing different stuff. It's just it makes me question my own motives, right? Because I love Mario. It's not like I'm not in love with Mario, but I love him. You know what I'm saying?
So at least it wasn't a remake of one of the old ones. At least there's that.
But then that's the thing, though. I have to call myself on this one because, okay, what do I want from Mario then? Because now they're doing so many new things, despite it being a side scroller, and I'm still just like. So I don't know if I'm over it or if it's too weird for me. I'm not sure. It's just not speaking to me. What we got next, though?
So, 2 things left on the list. So, Among Us announced a new map. For the probably 1 or 2 times I power up that game this year. Like, sure, that's cool. But there's that. I mean, Among Us is fun. I find
it's a game when you're hanging out with people, generally, it just gets brought up like, hey, you have Among Us on your phone? Like, yeah, why not? Okay, let's play Among Us. All right, let's do it. It's just like, in social settings, people have a tendency to want to play that game if you're not doing anything else.
Another party game.
Yep. My girlfriend regularly betrays my trust and kills me. She loves to kill me first. You do. Don't look over
You
there.
should
Don't
see
be
it
over
coming
there.
then.
You would think I would, but I trust her too much, bro. Implicitly.
I'll never forgive you for them.
For what?
Which one of you bitches killed my girlfriend?
What's our last one?
Okay, and the last one was the big announcement. This was the Big Daddy. Big Daddy. Paper Mario, the 1,000-Year Door.
Let's go.
Remake.
So random.
That was
random.
That was random.
You would think
so
they would want to
appreciate
make the first one, then they could make the 1,000-Year Door. I guess not.
And see, when I first saw Mario's house, and then I saw footage from the 1,000-Year Door, I was like, wait, is this a collection? No, it's just the 1,000-Year Door, which is the second Paper Mario title, and arguably the best Paper Mario title. I like Paper Mario 1. I was just saying to these guys, I like it better than any of them just because of the time I played it. But 1,000-Year Door, I think it's my favorite Mario game ever.
Well, Paper Mario for me is my favorite one so far. So I haven't played the 1,000-Year Door, so I always hear everybody speak fondly of the 1,000-Year Door, so I'm looking forward to playing that one a lot.
No, like, did you catch the writing is so snappy and hilarious, bro? Like little Yoshi Jr. Like you hatch a Yoshi in the game that doesn't call you the right name for certain story reasons. So like if you were watching, you would have caught a glimpse. He was like, "Okay, Gonzalez, let's go." Talking to Mario. Like it's just little stuff like that, bro. It's a very charming game. It's funny, I don't know if you can see it from here. Barely. But I got a copy of it.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Sitting right there. So now I don't have to touch that. I can just play the remastered version of it. Great. Wonderful.
Works
it looked
for me.
Beautiful though. I'm not even being mean about this. I was kind of surprised it was running on the Switch because it just looked like a cartoon. No, if it was the original, that'd be some BS for me to say that. But I can clearly see how they touched it up. And I was just like, bro, this is kind of, I don't know. I feel like I'm watching animated movie almost. But yeah, overall, man, again, like a B- for me. Nothing offended me. A couple things confused me. But there's stuff to do on the Switch for sure. You can never say there's not anything to do on the Switch. It just might not be for you.
Yep.
So let's try to keep this concise because I know we've all been playing new games recently. I mean, not Gunnm, just marathon trails, which I'm sure will come back up again later at length. Maybe even once I beat it, you and I can do a separate podcast. But what I want to get out of the way first before we talk about any other games, I want to do a quick update, just a quick paragraph on how we feel about Starfield at this point. And I'll let you go first, Beet. Then we'll do Gunnm.
It is a good game. It is good. But I don't believe that it's anything more than just good. It is the most polished version of what Bethesda's been doing for the last 15 years. But the problem I see is that they had this much time to develop it, and they haven't really evolved the formula at all. It feels like a color by numbers best version of what they've been doing. Which for some people, that's exactly what they want. That's fine. They're happy with that. For me personally, I gotta see something I gotta see more. I feel like the way you can accomplish missions is kind of limited, especially for certain mission lines. I have my gripes with the game, but overall, it's a decent game. Anybody saying that it's a 5 out of 10 is dreaming. They're delusional. So I'd argue the same for 10 out of 10. They're dreaming. They're delusional. But it's solid. It's a solid game. That's really all I have to say about it. I'm disappointed overall in the lack of innovation and the kind of weak world feeling of the world. It doesn't feel like its own unique property. It doesn't feel like something that should draw you in, like a lot of other Bethesda games like Fallout 4's universe or Skyrim, even Elder Scrolls with all the lore. But that's and reuse of assets in the overworld and like little spots that they procedurally generate. Oftentimes you'll find the same items, but really those are just minor gripes. Gameplay solid. Shipbuilding's cool. It's fun. But yeah, that's where I'm at.
I can see the 10 for someone who's never played a Bethesda game.
Yeah.
Even though I wouldn't say it. I'm like, well, it's what I said about Gunnm the other week. I'm like, he might enjoy this game more than either of us. But that being said, Gunnm.
Well, be fair, I haven't touched it. I haven't played much of anything. I haven't touched shit.
That's why I wanted to break up.
I've been meaning to play Sea of Stars. I haven't touched that either.
I played that.
Nothing with a star in it.
Which is hilarious because he touched it. But
we'll get to that. We talking Starfield right now.
But,
so are you gonna get some in?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like I got this weekend off, so yeah.
Great.
So yeah, I'm gonna spend some time with it. But I'm really I'm excited to see what the space exploration is like. Just go around planet to planet, just doing random shit, getting random shit. I like that kind of stuff.
Eager to see what you think as your first in-depth Bethesda experience.
Yeah. It sounds like, from what I'm hearing, like it's kind of like an adult playground, like kind of like Minecraft. You just do shit.
It's definitely.
It's just like the whole universe is your backyard. You could just do what you want. I like that.
What it has that other Bethesda games have is that sense of there isn't really a right way to play it. There's probably a more efficient way to play it depending on what you're trying to accomplish. But yeah, I guess it depends on how you want to tackle it. Me, I like it more than I did last time. I think it's objectively the best Bethesda game ever created from a design standpoint. But a lot like what Beet was saying, it doesn't evolve anything. But there's a toxic narrative surrounding this game in which people don't really know what they want to think. Like they either set themselves up to think this was going to be the second coming of Jesus, or they're like, hey, it's just reskinned Skyrim enough for me. And then they get reskinned Skyrim and they complain about stuff that was wrong with Skyrim when that released. So yeah, I think it's solid. I'm digging the emergent gameplay because when I first played it, I'm like, it doesn't feel too. They're giving me some customization options, but it doesn't feel too much like an RPG. And then yesterday, I was playing. The name of my ship is the Mantis, which you get from a certain side quest. And I'm just fast traveling to a mission, and I get stopped by this patrol. They start attacking me, and I'm listening to them, and then they're like, wait, is that? Oh, that's the Mantis. Oh, nope. And then they just jump out of there. They're like, sorry for the inconvenience, and just leave. I'm like, see, this is the type of Bethesda random encounter I was waiting to see. I was waiting to feel like I was playing something from that studio. And I do now. That being said, like you said, it doesn't have the heart for me. And maybe this is just a testament to how much I don't really care about the NASA aesthetic. it doesn't have the heart of a Skyrim, despite being better written and much deeper than Skyrim. It doesn't have the heart of a Fallout, despite the same reasons I just listed. But I don't know. I think it's probably just a time thing.
Mm-hmm.
But all that aside, probably have more to say about it. They just released a hot fix. I'll let you know when I beat the main story, at least my final verdict. I think it's sitting at a good, like, yeah, I'm enjoying it. Don't see a reason to play it again. I mean, maybe if they do a season pass, not season pass, but if they release a slew of expansions and I come back and it's like a brand new game, I'll have to play it like a brand new game, just like I intend to do with Cyberpunk. But other than that, let's get into the other things we playing just real quick. I've been playing The Isle again, unfortunately.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which I have noticed.
That game's a time sucker, dude. Post-death clarity hits so hard, too.
Oh, yes, it does.
It's like you'll be up to 2 a.m. and die and be like, oh, what was I even working toward?
Nothing.
I just grew a dinosaur for 5 hours. Now I'm dead. No achievement. No, I didn't unlock a skin. I didn't get a medal. I didn't get nothing but wasted time.
You got to play as a really big dinosaur
for a second.
Yeah.
And it's why my playstyle is so defensive, because people don't realize how easily you can die on there.
Yeah. I got taken out by a crocodile.
The freaking god of the game right now. They're so
truly god. You can't kill them. It's impossible.
Yeah. It's like a pack of well-organized apex predators can take one out, but if they're near water, they're just gonna hide.
Yep.
So, what about y'all? What else y'all playing?
Well,
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I mean, you said you weren't playing anything, so I figured that would be.
Yeah.
Well, I was
probably
gonna just go over my plans.
Okay, go ahead.
Watch it. See, we haven't even gotten the topic of the week yet. So how about we save your plans for topic of the week?
All right, I got you.
Right.
So, I downloaded and installed on a whim Sea of Stars, and I didn't expect to love the game as much as I do. It's like, I'm like, this isn't even a game I normally would play. It's not really a genre that I'm interested in currently.
Is it not?
No, because I'm not really into like the 2D 90s look of old RPGs. But the gameplay, the writing, the characters, the world, the art, I mean, it's great. Feels like a complete package. I really enjoy the kind of its own twist on interactive RPG turn-based combat. You have interrupts and you have certain things you can do that make you kind of have to strategize about how you use your abilities and what teammates you select. That I think is really unique and fun.
I've been hearing good things about it. I definitely have to give it a shot.
Probably indie game of the year, probably.
I've also been playing League of Legends a lot. I regret it. I always regret it. It's like
That's how I feel about the Isle.
It's like video game.
Sounds like being Overwatch.
Basically,
we all have one right now. But speaking of indie game of the year, I want to talk about indie or otherwise some of our favorite releases so far. Just a short kind of quarterly roundup. We don't have to. Yeah, we don't have to go into extensive detail because I mean, that's what the other pods are for. We've been talking about these games all year, but just really quick. How about this? Just to give you a focal point. What is your game of the year so far? And do you have a game of the year in another category?
Oh, easy. It's Baldur's Gate 3.
Okay. Have you beat Baldur's Gate?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Not that you have to. I'm just asking. What about you, Gunnm?
Oh, man. Well, I know it's such a hard choice for me, but probably Trails in the Reverie.
Yeah.
Oh, I never would have guessed, bro. But
Yep.
for me,
I haven't played enough Starfield, but I don't know. I don't know. It's gonna take a lot for that game to top Trails. I'm telling you.
for sure. For sure. See, initially when Baldur's Gate 3 came out, I'm like, okay, it's definitely this. Definitely. And Starfield hasn't blown me away in any dimension that would place it above Baldur's Gate. However, very close behind it for me personally would be RE4 Remake.
Yeah.
That came out
RE4
this year too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of games.
Exactly.
Atomic Heart actually is Game of the Year.
So another one.
All right, y'all. That's a wrap. Where y'all at? Nah, don't even play like that. The best thing about that game was the fan service, and you know what I'm talking about.
Of course.
Another game I do want to highlight.
What up?
Hi-Fi Rush.
Hi-Fi Rush, bro. Honorable mention.
That game.
Hi-Fi Rush is the honorable mention.
Yeah, but did you beat it, Gunnm?
I'm close.
No, stop. See, I'm sick of y'all. Not y'all. My bad. I'm not about to put no shade on your name, Beet. I'm sick of Gunnm. He be like, I've been meaning to play that 3 years ago.
3 years ago.
Hi-Fi Rush was fire. I think Hi-Fi Rush is probably the best surprise of this year, for sure. I'll say that. And it came out in what, February?
Yeah.
Damn.
Started strong.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This year has been something else.
It truly has. For sure, overall for me is Baldur's Gate. Haven't beat it. I'm still in Act 2, but just it to summate it, Baldur's Gate has restored my faith in the industry. At the very least, it has showed me that it's possible for a game to just be fantastic. The post-launch support has been snappy, which is all you can hope for. Because I'm not the type of person, I see one thing wrong with a game on a technical level and I start crying. But what's important to me is that it's addressed and that the developers listen, and they have. So, yeah, I just don't. The only possible game, if we're talking just global appeal, the only possible game that could stand against this in any category is Spider-Man, I think.
I agree.
Yeah.
I don't see that pulling it off.
I'm sure it'll be a great
I think it'll
game.
give it a run for its money.
It'll be a great game.
Here's what I think. It'll outsell it. It won't be Game of the Year over Baldur's Gate, though.
Probably not. No.
Because what they're going to do, Baldur's Gate is a sexier choice than Spider-Man, ironically.
It is.
Because it writes itself. Oh, no one expected this long-standing series in RPG. What? D&D is cool. D&D, like they could sell it as the sleeper hit of the year, despite the fact that it was a high-profile game.
Yeah.
Versus Spider-Man is like, it's Spider-Man. What did you expect? It'll probably win like action game of the year or something.
Yeah,
it's like it'd have to be pretty good to be better than RE4.
Like, I don't think it's gonna outscore Baldur's Gate, not by a mile on Metacritic.
Nah. I'm positive it'll outsell it, but outscore it is a dream. That's a dream. But hey, we've been wrong about many things. So
True.
If this game just swept, even better. Shoot, that means we get Hi-Fi Rush, we get Dead Space, we get we get all these different games. I also want to drop Tales of Symphonia only to say, if you have never played it, play it. Just play it.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. Great story.
And now that Trails into Reverie is out, I implore people, please, at least give the series a chance, please.
Release the $110 box edition Japan got with all the games in it, and I'll play it.
It didn't have all the games in it, remember?
It had Cold Steel through Reverie, right?
Yeah. There's Trails from Zero, Trails to Azure, there's Trails from the Sky, or Trails in the Sky.
God.
Ain't I missing one?
There's no. I think you got it.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's the Cole
Like
Steel.
there's 3 arcs.
I see.
Mhm.
Got you. Well, then I have no idea. They'd have to release a big box set collection for me to even think about. That's
The
too many
Trails
games.
collection.
That
Too many
is.
games.
It's
That
a
is
commitment, dude. It's literally
yeah.
you'd have to be like, okay,
Honestly, bro,
my New
this
Year's
gives me-
resolution.
Hold up. This gives me One Piece vibes, bro. Both, except it's a
Really?
One Piece
Shit,
that
you
both of
know
y'all
what?
love.
You know what?
Oh god.
You
It's
know
a
what?
One Piece.
Hey.
Y'all both look like One Piece fanatics to me right now, bro.
You know what?
Hey, at
Same
least
picture.
this is actually entertaining though.
Damn!
I don't know if I can let you get away with that.
But it's Trails though. But it's Trails. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna try
I
to
have one more.
What up?
I have one more question for the Congress.
Yeah.
What was
Okay.
your biggest disappointment of the year?
Mm.
You know, that's a good question.
Would I say I've been disappointed with anything I played?
I could say it for a couple different games.
I don't know.
Ah, Final Fantasy 16 by a lot. By a
Yeah.
lot.
I mean, fair.
By a lot.
I get that.
I guess I'd say
That's the
same.
one.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say Starfield disappointed me because it did, but it wasn't. My opinion has always been it will at least be good.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was going to change my life, but I did think it was going to. I thought it would have been better, but it's not like it's bad.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 16, though, is not even an RPG. It's barely a Final Fantasy game.
It's barely an action game.
At least Starfield is a Bethesda game. You know what I mean?
I agree. At least it's a Bethesda game. It's what you expect it to be. Final Fantasy 16 is just something completely different.
So it's a platinum game dressed as
It's a platinum game.
Final
Basically.
Fantasy game.
Basically.
I would
What
say
about you?
I can't
Starfield?
say 16 because I actually really like 16. I enjoyed it. I played it all the way through.
You remember when we were talking about Final Fantasy and we were ranking them? You said this might be one of my favorites, and I'm like,
I mean, I was hopeful. I don't think it's anywhere near close to my favorite, but I thought it was good. That was a good game. I don't think it was a good Final Fantasy game, but I thought it by itself was a good game.
yeah, you didn't say bad game though.
No,
You said biggest disappointment.
for me, it is friggin' Atomic Heart. I don't know, the trailers, the footage I saw beforehand, the atmosphere, the world, like it looked awesome.
Like the
Then
next
it came
Bioshock.
out. It did. It truthfully looked like it was going to be the next Bioshock, and it was ass.
That game was a marvel.
It really
Because
was.
I never played. Let me not be hyperbolic, but I've not this year played a game, not in the past couple years, that I've sat down and was so thoroughly perplexed by.
So
'Cause
wait,
I just did
hold
not
on.
know-
So you wouldn't say Atomic Heart over Final Fantasy? Still?
You beat
Huh?
No, I'm talking about you.
No,
Me?
it's not you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, disappointment.
Yeah.
I had no investment in Atomic
he had
Heart.
no investment.
I didn't
Okay.
care about it. I tried it because y'all were talking about it.
Mm.
Yeah, it was ass.
But
Yeah.
no, I mean, we're not talking about which game was worse. We talking about which game disappointed us, and to be
Okay.
disappointed implies an expectation of which I had none. So, but I was so befuddled by that game. I'm like, what is this supposed to be? From the corny writing to the super sexualized robots, I'm like, I don't even know who this is for. This game has no soul.
A
Like,
really
I don't-
corny eruption.
Evidently, right? But I feel that's a good choice. That's a good choice. But we gotta get this moving because Gunnm got to get out of here pretty
That's
soon.
true. He does.
Yeah. So, just real quick, man, we got a bonus round.
All right.
I'm sure it will be fast because people in this group like to freeze when put on the spot. Deer in headlights. Don't break the chain. You got to say the name of an anime, movie, or video game. Genre does not matter.
Okay.
Alphabetical order. It goes me, Gunnm, Beet. Me, Gunnm, Beet.
Gosh.
All right. Yep. So I'm going to start with Astral Chain. Gunnm, go.
So wait, so any game, sorry. So any game.
He's stalling. Any game, movie, or anime. The title of it.
So any movie, literally.
Got to start with a B. You got 10 seconds. Stop stalling.
Okay. Okay. Beastars.
Call of Cthulhu.
Dragon's Dogma.
Alien Chronicle. Blech.
Freedom Fighters.
Genshin Impact. You out.
H. Yeah, H.
All right, pick him up. Pick up his slack. As you beat.
Hotel Transylvania.
What am I?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you this one because you know what happened. My brain got stuck on the Binding of Isaac, but I'm like, no,
that's the.
Then I couldn't think of anything. So
damn, let's go.
Damn.
That was the fastest one we ever had.
Killed it.
It's people probably screaming, whatever.
Mine was Indigo. Mine was Indigo Prophecy.
Indigo Prophecy, right? God, I should have thought of that one. But hey, we won it quick and we got quick. So what you picking, bro? It's episode 30.
Oh, I already made an agreement that I was picking Persona 3.
Right. Okay.
Right.
So how we gonna handle that? Because
it's on Game Pass. Just play it.
Bro, I will buy you FES, Gunnm. Now, if you don't mind playing portable Beet, that's cool. But the point was so he could experience the best version of the game before Reload comes out.
Damn it.
We just have to discuss when you're gonna be able to play it.
Yeah.
All right.
Because now that Trails is done, what do you have? What
Nothing.
stands before you?
Reading more One Piece. I'm sure there's more of that now.
Tears of the Kingdom, Tears of the Less.
Backlogs, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, from this year.
So you can play it whenever.
Tears of the Kingdom got no love.
Octopath Traveler too, but I'm basically done with that. Hi-Fi Rush, basically done with that.
You must have finished both those games.
Oh shit, Trails from Zero, yeah, definitely got to work on that. The crossbow games.
When is your birthday again?
Actually a week from now.
Oh,
a week from now? Okay, that'll probably have to be your birthday gift. Just wedge it into your backlog, man. Just wedge it in there.
I'll wedge it in there.
Yeah. You got a PS3?
I don't know if it still works.
All right, dust it off and let me know. But that's a wrap. Where y'all at?
Well, you guys know. YouTube, I'm going to start posting more. I got a project actually concerning a certain game. A certain series I finished recently. When it'll come out, will TBD. Because I tend to edit this up pretty good. So it's going to be a... don't want to call it a passion project, but anyways, it'll be out when it comes out. But yeah, YouTube. So youtube.com/@Gunnm921. Twitter @Topics the Creator. Tumblr Gunnm.tumblr.com. And Twitch Gunnm21.
All right, Beet.
Beat down. I did some streaming for the creation of the official Beats Garden too. It's the last one. I'm just gonna scrap it. But this one's gonna be talking about a couple games that have updates upcoming and my thoughts on them. So check that out. And I'll also be uploading myself, Saphira's, and D's Baldur's Gate. You know, some footage from our first session that we played together.
Oh yeah.
So you can watch it. You can watch us get absolutely demolished by some gnolls. That'll be fun.
I thought that was the second session.
Was that the second? Oh man.
Yeah, I don't think that was.
I guess you won't see us get demolished by gnolls. I didn't record that one, but next time.
It never happened.
Never happened. Never happened.
Yeah. Well, you can find me on YouTube and Instagram at Goals in Fitness, or on TikTok at DGoals. That's GOALS. I'm doing a promotion right now, trying to get to 100 subs. I might already be at 100 subs by the time you see this, but last time I checked, I was at 99. 99. What does that have to do with 99 subs?
You're almost there.
And
we got a new sub for our channel too.
Nice. I mean, we working on it, man.
When we get there,
I'm on the road to 125 on my personal channel, and the next 25 people who sub get a voucher for a free session or 1 week written workout plan. So spread the word. Subscribe to Dap It Up. Subscribe to Gunnm. Subscribe to Beat Down and Goals in Fitness. That was a Dap It Up podcast. I definitely forgot about Atomic Heart, so thanks for that.
It's a lot of games this year. But all right, guys. Remember,
Go ahead and edit that pause out.
I don't got nothing. I don't got nothing this time. I got nothing.
All right, peace.
All right. We got y'all later.